Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Whiskey and Wisdom After Dark. I am your host, Donnie Nolan, here in Tennessee, joined with three Texans today. We got Rick Zamora, we got Russell Thompson, and Justin Love, all coming from that Bastrop area in Texas. If you don't know where Bastrop is, well, I didn't either until I went down there, and it's near Austin, but it's like
Five,
a
one,
good,
two.
it's a good 30, 40 minutes. And then Russell was like, screw it, I'm going even farther out. So, they're from Texas. I'm from Tennessee. Boys, we start this every week with the favorite thing of what are you drinking? I'll go first. You know I'm drinking the Buffalo Trace version, Eagle Rare. Can't go wrong with it. I'm up to about 20 bottles of it. We're not going to talk about that. I'm not an alcoholic. My friends are. I'm just really competitive. So, and then I'm chasing it with, of course, Buffalo Trace and Coca-Cola. What about you boys?
Ranch water over here. I got Topo Chico, Hornitos, lime, and salt. This is just a good old jug of ranch water.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
Russ, what you got?
I'm doing a little Coors Light and a Lone Star beer koozie, but I do have a bottle of Trace. I may break into that here at the end of the podcast. So
let's go.
Nice.
Russell, are you in the twilight zone? It's bright over there.
Oh, it's just bright out on my porch, bro. And I got the 85 inch behind me with the game on.
I had to go back to the old trusty, which, brought me to this whole sense of debauchery in my life. And it is Garage Oil. Keep your parts, America's badass whiskey. Keep your parts lubed, boys and girls, because if you don't, you go in dry, it hurts.
There you go. You can't go wrong with some Garage Oil, even though they won't sponsor us. But neither will Buffalo Trace. But
just bite the pillow.
Their alcohol.
Bite the pillow.
I'm gonna go a little different. I know we normally talk about politics, but there's been a lot of deaths this week. Breaking news in the last couple of hours: Bray Wyatt, WWE star, died unexpectedly.
I saw that.
Nobody's talking about what it is, but the rumor has it was a heart attack. If that's the case, obviously myocarditis is going to get brought into the fray. I believe
because those guys have to be vaccinated. Those guys,
I do believe I read that all of them were vaccinated, or most of them were vaccinated. The WWE family is obviously shaken. Third generation wrestler, very personable, even though he wasn't a superstar. He was very well liked by everyone there.
Well, he was a three-time champion, a recent champion, and I had read that he had been out since February with a no, he was a WWE champion 3 times.
Was he?
I still
only 36.
recently as 36. As recently as 2021, he was the champ. Wrestled back in February, and they said he was out with a undisclosed illness since February that was life-threatening, but he was trying to come back. And I with you guys, probably the jab.
It's fucking crazy.
I hate to see it though. He was super entertaining guy to watch.
Yeah, he was interesting.
Great athlete.
That his entrance to the ring was rather, it was dark, it was macabre, it was one of those that it was along the line. Let's face it. I mean, nobody could ever top the Undertaker.
Nowhere near Undertaker.
Yeah, I mean, no one can ever top the Undertaker, Mr. Mark Calloway. Hello, sir, if you're listening. But his entrance was just it was crazy, fucking crazy. That lantern and
they wrestled a couple years ago at WrestleMania against each other.
Mm-hmm.
Which was pretty cool to have both of those entrances at the same time.
Yeah, they're still not released.
Yeah, rest in peace, man. That sucks. No.
Yep.
Sure, they'll keep it under wraps. We know the deal.
There was a few others that were this week, as far as celebrity deaths go, that were kind of unusual, kind of strange. The one that kind of I didn't know this. If you watch Game of Thrones, they had one of the kind of the anti-heroes / could be good, could be bad guys. His name was Darren Kent. He played gosh, what was his name that he played in Game of Thrones? Shit, I can't think of his name. He played the abandoned son that went to the Stark's house. God, what was his? I'm gonna have to Google that because
Man, don't get me lying because I never watched that show. I mean,
either.
I'm a huge Peter Dinklage fan, but I never got into that.
Say, that was one with Peter, right? Where he was the
Correct.
alcoholic brother. He's a badass. I love that
Right,
guy.
right.
Yeah.
he played God,
Winter's Coming. That's the movie.
Weasley guy. I can't think of his name.
That shit or something.
I can't even Google it. Like, even if I Google it, it doesn't tell me what he played. Like, what the fuck?
Because they're trying to hide the COVID.
I'm gonna have to IMDb it.
Sorry.
He passed away at 36. If you didn't see his
Famous
face,
for his role as a goat herder in Game of Thrones.
yeah, I mean, basically he was kind of a Weasley character.
Dead at 39.
He was the son of the Ironborn. God, what was his fucking name? I can think of the damn
The
house
character?
that he was in. What is this? What did you say?
You said his character name?
Yeah, his character name.
Because it's just coming up that he was a goat herder.
No, he was. Damn it! This sucks. I hate that I have this great memory and I can't think of something stupid like this that I've seen Game of Thrones like 4,000 million times. All right.
It says here, actor Darren Kent, best known for his role in Game of Thrones, is playing a goat herder from Slaver's Bay. Passed away at the age.
He wasn't a goat herder.
That's what it says.
Well, he wasn't something very important because you don't know what the fuck he was.
No. I mean, no, he was actually. He played a very big part because he ended up, taking over one of the houses and.
Well, hell, he didn't need no makeup. Let's be
He was
honest.
in Battle of the Bastard.
No makeup.
Battle of the Bastards. Wow. I will tell you this. They make it very hard for you to find shit anymore.
Well, I wasn't a very big Harry Potter fan.
No,
anyway.
it wasn't. And I'm sorry. I am butchering this all to shit. Golly.
We also had Pee Wee Herman. Did we talk about that last week, Donnie?
We did not.
Pee Wee Herman passed away.
What?
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, he died.
Damn.
Paul Rubens.
They find him in a movie theater?
They did not find him
Sorry.
in a porn theater. I think that used to be a thing is the fact that they used to have those things is pretty amazing. And then to get arrested for jerking off in a porn theater, like that should be legal. Like what do you think they're doing?
Why else would you go there?
Yeah.
But here's the amazing part of that story. They had undercover cops in there and they said at like 10:25 he was masturbating. Then again at 10:35. I'm kind of impressed. I'm like, bro, I mean, you got some recoup skills, man. Going right at it twice. That's badass.
I mean, hey, that's some stamina right there. If you can go twice.
And they didn't have Viagra back then. They didn't have Viagra. He just did it on his own. Pee Wee's her man.
Anyway, this guy.
I also liked him in Blow. Do you all remember him in Blow?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, this guy
died
of like this crazy skin disease / cancer. And I mean, literally looked like an alien when he died. I mean, just crazy that how he looked when he died. He had osteoporosis, arthritis, and a rare skin disorder at age of 36. And I mean, by the time he died, did not look anything like what he did in Game of Thrones. So yeah, I mean, pretty crazy. But other than that, I mean, there's been a lot of weird deaths going on. I mean, obviously, we're going to start seeing more and more of these deaths. There's been a lot of rumor, a lot of speculation. Alex Jones, of course, Mr. Tenfold Hat himself, has said that he met with a TSA agent this last week, and they are preparing to go to masks by the end of October.
Yeah, I saw it.
And all passengers will be masked by the end of November and expect lockdowns by December. I know this is based on the Canadian variant that's out now, or supposedly the Canadian variant of COVID. But the backlash here, just from people even thinking about it, man, my Facebook is filled with, oh, fuck no, you ain't doing it now, bro. We ain't having this shit. Like, better get your guns, because I got those good old country boy friends, and they're already on, they even smelled a mask and they were like, yeah, you're gonna have to shoot me this time, motherfucker. Like, we ain't playing. What do you guys think? You think we'll get locked down again?
Well,
I think they're gonna damn sure try.
Lionsgate Productions or Lionsgate Movies, whatever they are making it mandatory that for each and every employee, each and every actor that's involved in the movie, they have to be vaxxed. They also have to wear, the cloth diaper over their fucking face. All I could say is, America, you better wake the fuck up. I mean, if you want to stand for your freedoms now, you better do it. Bankrupt every one of these motherfuckers. Don't go see any Lionsgate pictures. If it's TSA that's starting this and they're wanting to enforce mandates on masks from all the flights, be it Americans, Southwestern, United, don't take a flight. Boycott them motherfuckers. Make them go bankrupt. I mean, it's way beyond time that we take this country back. But it's also sort of a coinkydink that this is coming out just before
election year again.
Yeah,
just
we're getting close to election.
Timing's impeccable.
Exactly. So, I mean, this is all by design. There's no such thing as coincidence. Everything happens for a reason. This has been brewing for some time. I've been talking about this, not so much on here, but on social media, that this was going to happen. It was just a matter of getting all their ducks in a row to make it work. I think this time it's probably going to backfire in their face, and it's not going to be pretty for the left, the far left, even some of those on the right that do fall for the banana in the tailpipe. Let's be honest.
The old banana in the tailpipe?
Oh yeah. Let's see what transpires through all this. I do know that it's not going to be pretty. I honestly think there'll be more bloodshed with this, which is it's sad, but
necessary.
Sometimes sometimes violence is the only way, and unfortunately, I think it will come to that.
Well, speaking of banana in the tailpipe, if you miss
what do you think, Coach?
I don't think so. I think, and this is, I had an incident happen to me, around me, not to me, around me this week. And it got me thinking about all this bullshit. And last time, I don't remember the last time I was on here, but I asked you guys when y'all thought the next COVID, the next lockdown, the next mask, the next, let's herd the sheep back up because they're getting a little wild. And we're getting a little wild. Starting talking about guns and protection and fuck them. So they're going to have, they got to get the sheep back, right? Well, the fucking problem is these motherfuckers go on and do whatever they want, however they want, to control everybody. And I'm not talking about just the left, extreme left. Yeah, they're fucking idiots. But even the right, even, I mean, I've seen plenty of conservative Republicans wearing the fucking diaper.
For sure.
Doing all this. So, I don't give a shit if you're right or left. All of you motherfuckers are criminals. But you fall for this bullshit, and they're like, well, it's a real thing, and you've got to do this. And it's the same. The problem was when we were kids. I was talking to Johnny about this, a buddy of mine today. When we were kids and something happened, our parents took care of it quick and swiftly.
Yep.
Right? Quick and swiftly. Now, did we come out perfect? No, we did not. No, we did not. But we understood. And it was one of those, my grandfather threw me in the river to teach me how to swim. Right? My dad slapped the shit out of me when the first time I talked back to my mama, so I don't do it anymore. And so you learned lessons along the way. The problem with not this generation, but the generation before is you've got to this is what I remember coaching, you've got to let kids be who they are. They have their own personalities. They have to use their mind and use their judgment. And I told my wife today or yesterday, I'm like, your kid's 13 fucking years old. He doesn't have a goddamn job. He doesn't have a car. He doesn't have dick. How the fuck are you going to let him make his own fucking decision? Bullshit. You're 13 fucking years old. You can decide whether you want to wipe your ass with toilet paper or a wipey. That's it. Other than that, motherfucker, you're deciding what I decide for you. Fucking period. When I started coaching, I'm going to end up with this because I don't want to talk too long, but when I started my coaching career, or back when I was 20 years old, I was fortunate enough to sit down and discuss football with the great Gordon Wood. He's the godfather of high school football here in Texas. Best football coach ever made. And he told me this. He goes, little Ricky, he goes, you're going to be a hell of a football coach. He goes, no doubt I've seen you work. He goes, but let me give you a tip. Kids are put on this earth to let you down. Do not let a 13, 14, 15, 16, 17-year-old kid make a decision for you that will cost you your fucking job. And I held on to that forever. But now these people have let their kids decide what they want. So they have this illusion of choice. Well, now guess what? They're voting now. These are fucking kids that are now they're running the country. Now they're running shit. Now they're out there. They're not working. Don't get me wrong. They're not fucking working. They're out there marching around for gay rights, for trans rights, for whatever the fuck. I mean, anything that'll keep them out of an office. That's what they're fucking doing, man. So is this shit going to change? I don't think so. It's going to change. They're not going to give a fuck. If they want to go to Disneyland, they're going to board a plane, put their diaper on, and go. I think we are way past saving anything. We're way past doing anything. I get up every morning to enjoy my every single day I have. Because this shit ain't going to change. We're waiting for the great reset. When all of us are gone, we're going to die. Everything's going to go fucking extinct, and it's going to start all over. I'm sorry. I just don't see it. I see too many stupid people in this fucking world, and I come in front of them every fucking day. Every day, these stupid people. No, let these kids make their own decisions. Well, this is what's got us now, because now they deserve to make their own decisions, and they deserve to run our country, and they're running it into the fucking ground. And this was brought to you by, no, I'm kidding. That's what I think. I don't think there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it.
I feel that same way a lot, and it's a bad feeling to feel like there's not a fucking thing that we can really do about it. The only thing, if there's enough people that just do not comply, just don't comply. I didn't comply last time. I'm not complying this time.
I have what to say when y'all are done.
But guess what, dude? In if this football season, my wife's got to go to Chicago. I've already got tickets to go watch a Red Wings game and a White Sox game. So I'm going to buy a fucking ticket, and I'm going to wear a goddamn mask because I'm going to go fucking watch a game. Yeah. I mean, what the fuck am I going to?
I mean, this all kind of leads into that Project Looking Glass. If you haven't heard of it, Project Looking Glass was where we can use viewing of light and light spectrums to see the future. Because time is not constant. It's viewable. You can view the past by looking at light rays. Supposedly you can view the future. The way that this was discussed was that there was an awakening or a mass viewing that they saw every time they looked at it, no matter how many different scenarios they ran. it all came to the conclusion that there was an awakening and the people in power lost everything. But that doesn't mean they're not going to keep trying. I mean, hey, stay in power as long as you can, whether we burn down Maui or, rig elections, whatever it takes. I mean, because let's be serious, we've seen more in the last week of just disregard of power. If you missed it, Gavin Newsom said Trump is not he does not want Trump on the ballot for 0 reasons. He has 0 reasons. Let me point that out. 0 reasons to remove this guy from the ballot. He's not a convicted. He's not. There's according to the Constitution, 0 reasons, but he doesn't think he should be allowed on California's ballot. We then saw Tucker Carlson's house get raided after he had interviewed right before he interviewed President Trump. While the debate was going on. If you missed the debate was very good. I thought it was very interesting. I saw a lot of different characters. I saw a lot of people.
Donnie, I want to ask you guys something about that. The debate, very interesting. I didn't watch the debate. I can't bring myself to do that.
I didn't either.
I can't.
I did.
What? Okay, so I'm asking you guys, and this isn't I'm not. This is no bullshit. You're listening to this, and you're going to spend 2-3 hours listening to this fucking debate. Nothing's going. They're not going to do any of that. I mean, we know this, right? So what?
Repeat that. You froze. What'd you say?
I said, whatever they say they're going to do, they're not going to do because they're not allowed to do it. Because there's other people above them that do that. Why do you watch it?
Yeah,
because I want to watch one. I want to watch one. Tell me why.
No,
why
I wanted to watch it to see people stumble, see people fall. There was a very interesting.
Come to my house on Friday.
Well, yeah, I mean,
come to my house.
There was a very interesting question that went like this. Do you support giving more money to Ukraine? Wait, I'm sorry, I misphrased that. If you're elected president, would you give more money to Ukraine? Only 2 people, 2 out of the entire, I think there was like 16, said no. One was DeSantis, one was Ramsey. They both said no. Separating themselves from everybody else up there. And everybody up there had this great response. Oh, we need to help Ukraine. It's such a bad situation. No, fuck that. You've given more money to Ukraine than you did in all of Afghanistan times 20. Times 20.
Or our homeless or our veterans, but go ahead.
Or Maui.
They've given more money to Ukraine than it cost for the entire Afghan war over 12 years.
Yep.
20 years.
How is that possible? It's because it's money laundering. It's funneling money to the war machine. That said, Ramsey won the debate. Not even close.
Easily. Vivek Ramaswamy.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't seen it, he was like, President Trump was the greatest president in the 21st century. Everybody lost their fucking mind. Like, it is the clip of the year. That said,
I heard that. Yeah, I heard that.
He did make a good point after that. He said, listen, Trump's biggest problem was he alienated people instead of uniting people. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing because you can't unite everyone if they don't want to be united.
Well, and then
all right, hold on. Hey, I want
that weeds out the bad from the good.
Yeah, exactly. But
from the good. Now one thing I have to say, and I didn't watch the debate, but I did hear sound clips, and Ramaswamy, he's just another Obama, but skinnier. He said the same thing that Obama said in 2008, the exact same quote. Not saying that that's a bad thing because they do quote politicians all the time. I'm not saying
no. You've got it a little twisted. He said, "Who's this skinny guy with a funny name?" and what am I doing up here? And then Mike, well, no, it was Chris Christie said basically that he said he was the new Obama.
Well, and true,
he said
all that debate was last night was to see who's going to be vice president.
Vice president, yes.
Perfect. I am perfectly okay if Trump wins, takes Vivek with him, and we have 12 years of good fortune. Because, like it or not, Vivek is very smart. He's very young.
He's very stupid smart.
He's super smart, and he is so anti-establishment that he could be the straw that helped Trump break the backs of the establishment.
You guys are
to answer your question. I want to answer your question. Why did I watch it? I watched it because I wanted to see who the rhinos are. I wanted to see who they ganged up on, who all the rhinos up on the stage ganged up on, to see who wasn't full of shit. And they ganged up on Vivek Ramaswamy, and his response was, "You can gang up on me all you want because you're all bought and paid for." I watched it for the sheer entertainment value. Yeah. None of those guys are going to be president, but I wanted to see who they get. If they're ganging up on you and they're talking shit about you, you're the guy that I should pick. You're the guy that I should support. So out of that whole thing, and I think Trump's smart enough to see that too. You know, Ron DeSantis looked like a goon last night. He really did.
He came off very poorly.
He came off poorly, and hey, and they also said, if Trump wins, are you going to support the nominee? That was like, bam, absolutely. And there was only one guy that didn't, but that's why I watched it, Coach. To answer your question, I watched it because I wanted to see that.
That meant thank you, because that's what I want to. I got another one more question, then I'm going to leave the table to y'all. Okay. I'm not leaving. I'm just saying. But I got another thing.
Keep you here,
no. Here's the thing. Okay, I'm running for president. I'm going to run for president. Shit. Okay. Listen,
Hookers and blow. Let's go. Is that your statement?
This is what I'm going to say.
Slogan. Hookers and blow. Let's go.
This is what I'm going to say.
2024.
This is the first thing, and probably the only thing that I'm running on. I'm not here to unite the United States of America. I don't want to unite it. I want to keep the strong here and weed out the weak. I'm going to fix this shit, and I just need people that are behind me and that are willing to fight to make America great again. I'm not going to unite it. I'm going to take the same stance I did when I was a football coach. J-Love, you played ball here at Texas. Rusty, you did too. Brother, when you start, it's a weeding out process. We did a great job of it at Giddings. If you guys haven't watched that Florida documentary, you need to watch that shit, because it reminds you of what we did in Giddings. No, we don't do all these drills to build football players for football skills. We do to see what's in their heart and in their mind. We make them stronger. Sure. I don't want a united States. I don't, because I know if it comes to wartime, I've got, out of my 90 cousins, I've got 88 of them that I do not want in my bunker. I mean, they will not do anything but hide under me. So no, I don't want to fucking unite it. And that's when he said that about Trump, he didn't unite the country. Thank God he didn't. Because there's more pussies out there than real fucking men.
Yeah, I mean,
don't unite it.
It's real simple. I mean, you can't unite a country if people don't want to be united. There's no way. I mean, they want to be against you if you aren't completely and totally with them, and that's called cancel culture.
Exactly.
If you missed it, there's been a lot of people that have been backlashing against cancel culture. In fact, one of the biggest stars ever as a female came out this week and said she's sick of cancel culture and thinks that it is wrong, it is disrespectful, and it has no place in society. Her name, one of the hottest 50 plus, Jennifer Aniston.
Yep.
I'd hit that. That's in my bucket.
Who's that?
Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a thing, and we're dealing with it, but the overstepping of rules and regulations, according to the Constitution, has been just abused lately. And the problem is, if one side will do it, both sides will do it. And that's scary.
Right.
That's very scary because, I don't think Trump would do it, but I can't necessarily say if DeSantis got in, he would do it. I think he would. Luckily, he's not anywhere close, which is great. But the big thing that we saw in the debate was the debate has garnered about 25 million viewers. Trump's interview at the same time with Tucker Carlson, over 100 million viewers.
Yep.
So you're talking about 4 times the reach. Elon has got to be just spanking his monkey right now because it was all on Twitter.
You have to take into consideration that in Trump's interview, which was recorded and aired like an hour before the debates, even, but 100 and I think it's up to almost 200 million now. You're talking about over half the fucking country.
Yeah.
Now, I guarantee you, even the polls as of late have Trump in double digits, which we all know that's not a lie, but they're putting him at like 60, 62%. I guarantee you, I would bet my fucking pension on it that he's probably up to about 82 to 83%.
Yeah. He went to his arraignment, and there's a picture of him walking up to the police officers, and the police officer all standing there, thumbs up, taking pictures and shit.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's gotta be bad.
The fucked up thing is, kind of to go back to what we were talking about in regards to where are we with this, where are we headed as a country, coaches thinking that we're doomed, and respectfully, I get that, but there's over 330 million people in this country, and there's roughly maybe 100 to 300,000 of these motherfuckers that are trying to push this agenda on all of us. There is way too many of us that, and I'm not talking about, white bread chicken shit, or not chicken shit, but white bread motherfuckers with, rebel flags and the South shall rise again, all that bullshit, which we all support that. But at the same time, there is a united front, that silent majority that they spoke of the entire time that Trump was in office. This is the silent majority, because if you notice, everything is coming to a head, and it's going to blow the fuck up. And like I said, I think that there will be bloodshed on both sides of the aisle, not necessarily in the, take it, to hard, but there will be bloodshed on both sides of the aisle. And it is not going to be pretty. But then, like you said, Coach, Trump did this for a reason. And, there was no sense to unite us all. There was a sense to weed out the weak. Now, if you want to talk about division, let's go back to 2008 when Obama got into office. That's where the true division stood out, and where it really stood out, and where it really began to make sense, and where all this cancel culture bullshit started. George Zimmerman and Trayvon Martin. That's where it started, because shortly after that bullshit happened, Obama's first as soon as he opened his fucking cock holster, the first words out of his mouth were, "That could have been my son." As soon as he said that, the fucking floodgates opened.
And the funny thing is now we know it couldn't have been his son, because you can't get a dude pregnant.
Yeah.
So,
come on now. We're going to the Michael. We're going to the
Michael Obama.
Michael.
There's people coming out of the woodwork talking about Barack. And
a lot of people were saying Michael. Let's move
on.
on.
He slipped up and said it a few times.
So let me go since J Love.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this: since you're the one that came out and said, we are the silent, but we are majority, but we're silent.
I don't think.
Dude, I really don't. You talk about bloodshed, and that's fine, but here's where, and you people listening, this is I'm going to cross the line here. I'm not going to apologize.
He's crossing.
I was I was raised in Uvalde, and I
Mhm.
saw racism all the time. We couldn't date white girls. We couldn't do, if we got a job in Uvalde, it was in the back. It was never in the front, unless you're a guy like me that hauled hay and fucking worked cattle and shit. But I was raised in it. Okay, we had one black person in the fucking in school, and that's it. What's the matter, Donnie?
I'm just giving you shit.
Yeah. Well, this is some real fucking shit. This ain't bullshit. I'm not forgetting a name. But shit ain't going to change unless guys, the silent majority, come out and call them blacks a black, call them queers a queer, call them trannies a fucking tranny, call them bullshit fucking medics a goddamn quacks. Call people that are killing people. Dude, you're killing people. You want to fucking vaccinate me? Or my kids? No, you're killing us. You're fucking killers. Until people fucking say something and come out and fucking actually say it, like I do at work, and people cringe. Russell knows this. Unless you fucking come out and say it, ain't nothing gonna goddamn change.
I was raised in a city that had one black kid that went to our high school. One. And you know what?
Too.
He was not anywhere close to being racist. He was everybody. He was one of us. I don't care about color of skin. He rode 4-wheelers with us. He rode.
No, Donnie. What I was talking about is we had that one black girl. She was our homecoming queen. I'm talking about all the white guys there. All the white families were fucking racist as fuck.
Nah, we weren't. Listen, we weren't like that. I was raised in a small town. I mean, you're talking. Our high school graduation class had
I said all that for this. I don't want to get off topic. I said all that for this. I'm allowed to call a black, and a queer, and a tranny, and a racist, fucking racist. That's why I said that.
Hey,
and unless we come out and say this and unite and come together, we ain't getting nowhere. Fuck bloodshed. I don't need to shoot a bullet. I shoot 3 or 4 words, and it'll hurt more than a goddamn bullet. I promise you.
We call this guy gay for
it doesn't
necessarily high school. This guy went to the high school. We called him gay the entire time he was in high school. Motherfucker, you're gay. We didn't degrade him. We were just like, dude, you're just gay. I don't know what to tell you. Like, you're gay. Like, fuck you, you're gay. I don't care if you're gay. It's fine, you're gay. He ended up getting married, having a kid, and then became gay. And I'm like, we were all like, it took you that long to figure that shit out? We figured that shit out in freshman year. Like, and now, like, turns out he's a master chef. He's been on a bunch of fucking
stereotype.
Cooking shows. His name's Joey Qualls. You can look him up.
Jesus.
We love this guy.
Hey, Rick know a guy like that.
We weren't like, motherfucker, you're gay.
I tell you what, dude, I like the gays because they're clean and they're pretty and they can cook and they're nice. Yeah. I'm friends with the gays. I'm just saying until the silent majority says something like these people, they're throwing it in our face. You know what, motherfuckers? I'm done with this.
Listen,
we're gonna get together and throw it in your face, right?
Listen, you know how school works. School works is really simple.
Sure.
It's alphabetical order. My name's Nolan. His name's Qualls. That means he sat behind me in classes, which means my ass was open. I was never scared. I was just like, it's okay, I'm not gay.
I understand that. I get that. I was talking to, because you, J Love, you said the silent majority, and you respectfully disagreed with me. I'm not calling doomsday. I'm just saying there's no way this shit's going to change. But you said there's a silent majority. I'm just saying if there is, motherfuckers, take the mouthpiece out of your goddamn mouth and let's go to work. Let's fucking go to work.
It's like I always say about, you're going to love how this movie ends. And I think that will. And the funny thing is with truth, as we've gone through time, especially as of most recent, the past, I'd say 10 years, with truth, they've always said truth hurts. Yeah, it does. But this day and age, you can't tell people the truth. You have to show them. And I think that's where it's different.
They don't want to believe it.
Yeah. I think that's where it's different. And I think that's where it hurts more. It hurts worse. And that violence doesn't necessarily have to be through, gunshot. It doesn't have to be that. I mean, like you said, coach, using words.
Yes.
Because, let's face it, these bunch of, pansy ass, faggot, fuck, dumb motherfuckers that every
All right,
little,
Dwayne.
everybody, we breathe wrong, we blink wrong, we smile wrong. We look the wrong direction when we should be looking at them. Well, we should have been looking this direction instead of looking at them. It doesn't fucking matter, because this day and age, every little thing hurts everybody. I have no idea where we went wrong. Parents are weak. I mean, it honestly begins at home, the pulpit. I mean, our kids on this cast, they've got thick skin. They know how the world works. Even my young ones, and Donnie has young ones. They know how the world works. They know the world's not a pretty place, but they also know how to stand up for what they feel is right. They also know how to question things. They also know that if something smells out the cheese, then it smells out the cheese for a reason, and they need to question as to why.
You know where it went wrong? You know where it went wrong, buddy? At some point in time, somebody, I don't know if it was a man or a woman, white or black, Mexican or wetback or straight or queer, I don't know. But somebody went, you know what? I can sue that guy for what they said to that kid, and then I can make a fucking movement. I'm going to create a movement where now I've got to lift these kids up. Even though I don't have kids of my own, I'm going to lift these kids up, and you can't touch kids, and you got to let kids. And now here comes a fucking move. I'm waiting for a movement too. I just haven't fucking realized one yet. As soon as I do, I'm hashtagging, yeah, Rick's moving. Let's go. I'm suing everybody, and we're going to start a whole new fucking thing.
Like I said, it goes back to that initial comment when Obama opened his fucking cock holster and said, that could have been my son.
Yeah.
As soon as he fucking said that, the fucking floodgates opened.
Yeah. I mean,
Sure.
I don't know. I was just really, really curious about, because I've seen a lot of stuff. I try to stay out of the political stuff when I'm researching things, because it just seems.
Oh, it's a rabbit hole.
It just seems like we're just not gonna. It's not gonna get right unless you actually do something like the mat drills. You remember mat drills in football in off season? Mm-hmm. Mat drill. You can't do mat drills anymore in high school. It's banned. Mat drills are banned because it hurt, paralyzed. And I was there. I had one kid paralyzed. I saw it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, it had. But you know what? That shit happens. You know what? You're gonna play football. Kids are gonna get paralyzed. Yeah. Kids are gonna get concussions. Shit's gonna happen. Okay, and I'm sorry, and I love the kid, and we did everything we could for the kid. But you know what? We were very successful. Those kids came out great. They're good young. Most of them are good young men. All this other shit, you know what I mean? But that shit happens. Yeah. It fucking happens, sure. Man.
No, and I mean, bad things happen no matter what you do.
Yeah,
exactly.
And but you can't handle them with kid gloves. No. I'm letting my son make his own decision. No, baby, he's 13.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
I mean, you can't wrap your kid in bubble wrap for the rest of his or her life. You can't.
No, but he doesn't choose what he doesn't choose what time he goes to bed. He doesn't choose when he eats. He doesn't get to choose shit like that. No, this is what we do as a family. Boom, 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 boom.
So what the fuck?
You want to stick your finger in the light socket? You want to stick your finger in the light socket? Whatever. That's up to you, you dumb motherfucker. But no, other than that, you don't make fucking decisions. That's
well,
this country went wrong.
Let's move on. There's been a big development this last week. If you missed it, there was a plane shot down leaving Moscow. It supposedly had the two heads of the Wagner group. They had a protocol set in place that if this happened, if they lost both of these players, that the rest of the militia would organize and take out the Kremlin. If you don't know what that means, the Wagner Group was a group of mercenaries, most of them ex-prisoners, ex-military, that came out of the Russian military, and they were recruited by a couple of guys, and if they thought they were able and willing bodies, they paid them a lot of money, very good money, to become soldiers of fortune. And they were willing to be hired out by Russia.
So that's what I've always wanted to know, what the definition of soldiers of fortune. That means they're just for sale.
Soldier of fortune is very simple.
Yeah.
Right?
A soldier in the military is paid what?
Nothing.
Dog shit.
Yeah.
A soldier of fortune is paid a fortune.
Mm-hmm.
So they are paid double to triple what
I mean, it's a real thing.
an Army sergeant is paid, but they don't get they are less, like, let's say that you are
so it's like the movies, right? That you basically you
let's
lose your
say you're an
identity
E5.
and you go do your
Let's
shit.
say you're an E5 in the military. E5 is better than a grunt. It's not necessarily a sergeant major, but it's a decent job. You're probably paid 65, 70 a year. You get free housing, you get all your benefits, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, if the government says, hey, we're deploying you to Afghanistan, you're still not going to see fucking combat.
Mm-hmm.
A soldier of fortune is paid 150 to 200, and they're the first ones that go through the doors. I mean, they are the members of this group that are going in. Supposedly, they have a protocol saying if their leaders were killed, they have certain orders to go extract.
Well,
whether that's true or not, and whether both members of the Wagner Group were on the plane is still yet to be discovered. But there have been various videos of troop movements away from the Belarus border, moving back towards the Moscow border, to see what happens. We'll know in the next few days whether this continues forward and is a threat to the Russian democracy, or whatever you want to call it, oligarchy.
Oligarchy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be able to say words, but we'll see how it works out. I mean, I don't know that this is a game changer, but it definitely puts a kink in the arm. What do you think, Russell?
It really doesn't. Well, go ahead, Russ.
I don't think it puts a kink in the armor. I personally, I have another theory on this. I don't think either one of them are dead. I think it's staged. I think the whole thing that there was a coup in Russia is staged. I think there wasn't a fucking nobody on that plane but innocent people. And that general and that other guy, they're somewhere in the Kremlin or living in another part of the country or the world, and they're fine. I think it's all propaganda. It's all bullshit. That's my personal stance on it. Now, maybe I'm wearing the tinfoil hat, but that's my first thought. This guy wouldn't have gotten 25 miles outside of Moscow and let to go to Belarus if they weren't going to fucking kill him. I think the whole thing's all propaganda. It's all bullshit. That's what I think.
No, the one thing to keep in mind about your SFs or your soldiers of fortune, that kind of thing. So everything that they're showing on the news is not your mercs. It's not your soldiers of fortune, that kind of thing. Those guys and some girls would never be photographed. They wouldn't be caught on camera. They do everything in the dark. I mean, everything is done at 0 dark 30, if not earlier. I don't know. I mean, there's already Kyiv, however you say it. There's already Russians urging the Wagner Group to revenge Prigozhin's death. His body didn't even grow cold, as you know, to kind of what Russ is saying, and they're already wanting to wanting to start a war within a war. And I don't know. I honestly still feel that Putin went in for the right reasons. He went into the Ukraine for the right reasons. If this was done and any of this happened, I mean, this was all done by design from the Ukrainian side with, that little sawed off piece of shit Zelensky, him and his, wannabe mercs, his wannabe soldiers of fortune. I kind of agree with Russ on this. This is a lot of smoke and mirrors. So I think that again, wait 48 to 72 hours later, since the story has surfaced, watch in another 72 hours, new developments are going to come out, and then from there, and so on and so on. So
sure.
I
mean,
think
that makes sense. That's a good point. I mean, we are still, within 24 hours of original declaration that this happened. Maybe that is too early. It's a very volatile situation anyway. So I felt it was warranted bringing up. Sure. Because it's not one fold, it's twofold or threefold.
Yeah.
I mean,
considering everything
Wagner versus Russia, it's Wagner versus Russia versus Ukraine versus Belarus versus the rest of the world. I mean, we'll see how it plays out. It's a strange situation.
I had read a story earlier today. I was in a meeting at work, and of course we're throwing our phones around and looking at everything, the latest headlines, and all of these countries such as Russia and the likes are all pulling out from the EU or something like that, and pulling away from, basically going to take our dollar, which is not worth shit now, and I mean, we're already bankrupt. Let's fucking be honest here. But they're going to totally take our, the value of our US dollar and, wipe their ass with it, more or less, from what I was understanding in this story. You've got all these countries that are pulling out. I'm trying to find the fucking story now. Kind of like you, Donnie, in the beginning, trying to find that fucker from Game of Thrones.
I saw a porn called Game of Domes.
What?
It's called Game of Domes. Just a bunch of chicks giving blowjobs.
Game of Domes.
Shit, I can't find it.
It's all good.
Got a fuck Mary kill.
I do.
Let's go with
go.
While he's looking, let's have a FMK.
There we go.
Russell, give us an FMK, brother.
We're gonna go female superhero women.
Ooh.
So now remember, it's not the actress, it is the character.
The character,
Okay, so
not the actress.
Now,
so
I'll
you
tell
don't
the
get.
actress.
So you don't get Halle Berry. You get Storm.
You get Catwoman.
You don't get Halle Berry. You get Catwoman.
Yeah,
That's right.
You don't get Michelle Pfeiffer.
You don't get Wonder Woman.
You don't get
That's
Gal Gadot. You get Wonder Woman.
That's right.
I'd rather have Linda Carter than that chick.
No, I don't know. Gal Gadot.
Well, this is my FMK.
All right. It's his
can
FMK.
y'all
Let's
complain
go.
any-
Let's
Can y'all
go.
complain any more about an FMK? Let's go.
I know.
That's-
Okay.
Hey, I'm not
We're gonna
complaining.
go.
Shut the fuck up.
We're gonna go Elektra, played by fucking Jennifer Garner.
Okay.
We're gonna go Jessica Alba in Fantastic Four.
Oh, see, I was thinking you were going somewhere else with that. But
And
okay.
and now we're gonna go Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman.
Okay. Again, go the first one.
it's-
Elektra, played by who?
Jennifer Garner.
Jennifer Gardner.
Played by your mom.
Ow. I mean, she passed away 2 weeks ago, but okay, that's cool. And who else?
You got
Yes.
Jessica Alba in the Fantastic Four. And then we got Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman.
Mm.
Who wants to go first? If not, I'll go. I have no problem going first.
Well,
I am
Russ-
killing Jessica Alba. Sorry about your luck. You gotta go. I hate it for you, but you gotta go. You weren't it. If you would have said Jessica Biel in Blade Trinity, oh yeah, we're there. We are fucking there. But she's not. She's Jessica Alba. She sucked as Miss Fantastic.
What if I would have had? I almost did that in Linda Carter, but we have no other FMKs in the future.
What about
Get her
an
ass out of here. She's dead. I'm fucking Jennifer Garner as Elektra because she did a great job, but she was not it. She wasn't it. Whether you like Gal Gadot or not, because she doesn't have big titties like Wonder Woman, like Linda Carter does. She played the perfect Wonder Woman. I'm not talking about 1984 because it sucked, but we will go into Batman versus Superman and Justice League. She had the poses. She had the stance. She had the explosion from impact.
I'd give her an explosion.
I'm gonna explode in her every night, and we're gonna call it a marriage. And I'm marrying her and fucking Miss Garner.
Okay.
All right.
I'm particularly gonna just tag team off of his because that's pretty much where I was going.
Okay.
J-Lo's like, tag it.
I'm going with that because eventually Donnie's gonna get tired, so he's gonna need some sort of
Hey, bro.
sort of-
These days it might not take long. I'm just gonna be honest.
that's what she said.
Woo!
Okay. So I'm gonna go completely different. I am gonna fuck this Gal Gadot chick. God dang, she's smoking. I'm just looking at pictures right now. Holy shit. So FMK, fuck Mary Kill, fuck Gal Gadot. I'm gonna marry Jessica Alba because I just think, I mean, geez, everything about it, it does it for me. And Jennifer Garner, because she hadn't come out yet, but she's a dude. I'm gonna kill Jennifer Garner.
Russell, before you talk, I wanted to note that Rick is marrying Jessica Alba because she's Miss Invisible, so he wants somebody that's not really there.
Well, nobody loves me more than me. Nobody loves me more than me.
Hey, listen, if you're banging a woman that is invisible, that'd be like the perfect fleshlight. I mean,
Exactly.
how great would that be? You know?
Unbelievable. I'm ahead of my time, actually.
I don't know.
Yeah, and you could literally get you like one of those virtual reality porn things, and you could have sex with any woman in the world, and it'd feel real. I mean, that's great. You're ahead of your time, Coach. That's awesome.
Thank you, bro.
Coach ahead of his time.
Yeah,
Appreciate you.
yeah. So I'm going to go similar to Coach, but a little different. I'm going to bang Jessica Alba. It's just a thing for me, the little petite
Yes.
Elektra. I like it. And now that I had that idea, I think that's awesome.
That's awesome.
I am going to kill Elektra, even though I do think she looked really hot in that movie. And Gal
She
Gadot,
was.
I mean, you know, you marry her, but you never know what you get. Did you see that island with all them women?
Hey,
I mean, she's super loyal. You could probably do whatever you wanted.
I know what Russell wants. Russell wants to be tied up with the lasso of truth.
Yes,
Mm.
the lasso of Doomy. Yeah. Yeah, and then you can
Tie me
blindfold
up with
me.
the lasso of truth and make it hard. Let's go.
Yeah, no. So yeah, I'm marrying Gal Gadot. Maybe she'll take me back to Whore Island or wherever they were at the beginning of that movie.
San Diego.
Island, you
We
go to
ain't
Whore
never
Island.
seen a man before.
San Diego.
San
And you tell
Diego.
them, hey, this is extra
Yeah,
long.
hey, and if they
whale's
haven't seen
vagina.
If they haven't seen a man before, they wouldn't realize how small my cock was. I mean, that's
There
great.
you go.
That thing's
There it
huge.
is.
Yeah, it is huge.
There
You're
it is.
right. That's big.
That's
I'm
the
biggest
winning
man in the world.
statement of
Yeah,
the year.
man. I mean, you don't have to
If
compete with Michelle
if you
Obama.
don't know, then
Yeah,
this is
no,
huge.
Michael.
Hey, If
Yeah.
you've never seen one
Oh
before,
no, I'm endowed.
just understand I'm above average.
Hmm.
Be like,
All right,
well, we
boys and
got a
girls.
pop. Be like, why does it look like thimble on my Monopoly board? Don't worry about it, bitch.
What the
You know.
All right, boys and girls, that's it for tonight. Before we leave, though,
Oh shit! I just made me
we
another drink.
always like to give everybody a words of wisdom, an encouraging thought, some deep conversation, something to think about before you leave. When you're ending this podcast, what we want you to do is think, damn, they got in my head. So
Oh,
what do we got, boys?
okay. I'll go first.
I
I'll get in
like
your head.
it. When J Love goes first, it's always good.
Well, it's not one of those heartfelt
Not what
ones.
his old lady said.
But
It's not a pet the sweaty things. The pet the sweaty things was by far the best we've ever had.
here we go. So, just food for thought on a lot of the things that we've discussed tonight, as well as a lot of things that we've discussed from the beginning with just Coach and I. Keep this in mind that they'll keep setting fires until you submit to their climate change bullshit. They'll keep instigating shootings and mass hysteria until you submit to their gun control bullshit. And they'll keep faking pandemics until you submit to their medical slavery bullshit.
Good points. Good points,
We
sir.
need
Points.
to make a T-shirt. Fucking great.
T-shirt that
Good
shit,
stuff.
sir.
That's fucking great, right?
I'm
there.
still waiting on the Pet the Sweaty Things t-shirt.
Yeah, we need to work on
I
that.
got
We
my
got to get a
shirt
new
on,
company.
boys.
We got a new company. We got to get a new company. This one's awful. Coach, what do you got, buddy?
Man, I tell you what. I got some bad news on a buddy of mine. Anyway, let's do this. All I'm going to say is this. Before you start giving advice and before you start preaching to people, make sure your cupboard's bare.
Amen.
Make sure your cupboard's bare. You ain't got to be perfect. None of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. I ain't perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
Nobody's perfect. But before you give advice, you better fucking heed your own first. Because that
Yes,
fucking
sir.
karma shit is for real.
That bitch
It's
is
for-
that bitch.
Is this something that we should talk about off camera?
She is a bad bitch now.
Karma's a bad bitch.
She's a bad bitch. Yes, Russell. She is a bad bitch. So before you go around trying to clean up other people's mess, make sure you ain't got a mess of your own, man. You know?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Enjoy every single day because you don't know if you have tomorrow. So enjoy today for today. God bless you. Hope everybody has an amazing week.
Fair enough. I love it. I love it. Russell, what do you got, buddy?
Well, I'm going to go a little different route. I'm going to the Rangers A's game in a couple of weeks, and it's a big stadium. It's you go to ball games, you go to Cowboy games, you go to A&M games, you go to Titans games. J-Lo goes to gay ass soccer games, whatever.
What?
And you go to these, and you go to the, and you go to these big stadiums.
Face card.
You go to these stadiums, right? And you got these lines and rows of toilets. You're in there and you're at one of these big events and you got to take a shit. Take a shit with the door open. Be a man.
God.
Take a shit in the urinal. Be a man.
Love that fucker up.
J-Love,
Load it up.
we need to go to a J-Love. I am taking you to a soccer game this year. We have got to go to a fucking soccer game this year.
Oh,
we get
Lord.
free
And y'all make
tickets.
sure y'all go to the
We get
to the
free
LGBT
tickets here,
club
man.
after.
We get free
Good
tickets,
Lord.
bro. We're gonna have a
Russell,
good time.
Russell has broke the internet. Take a shit with the door open. Here we go.
Be a real man. Take a shit in the
Be a
urinal.
man. Be a man. Take a shit with the door open. Why not? Fuck it.
You're
Yeah.
a woman, take a pee like the woman on Step Brothers.
Well, because with that, you're ensuring that Rodrigo or Jose or Pablo has a job because they're fucking sitting there cleaning out your shit from that urinal.
Yeah, but the problem is I've got that luck that if it was raining titties, I would get hit by a dick. So if I leave the door open, somebody's gonna be coming in like, hey, you suck a dick? You suck a dick?
It's fucking.
I'm good.
Hey,
I'm
20
past.
bucks
Hard
is 20
pass.
bucks. Go ahead.
Hard
It's a
pass.
free hole.
Hard pass. All right, here's mine for the night. If you're not willing to learn, no one can help you. It may sound simple, but it's really complex. You can't learn
Very true.
unless you're willing to listen. If you're not willing to listen, you can't learn. Both sides of the aisle, Republican, Democrat,
Yep.
left,
Exactly.
right, progressive, liberal, it doesn't matter. If you're not willing to learn, nobody can help you.
Amen.
That's my moment.
That's a good.
I like
That's it for tonight, boys and girls. Thank you for joining us on Whiskey and Wisdom. If you're not aware, we are on Rumble, TikTok, Anchor, YouTube. Hell, we might even be on Facebook. If we send you a friend request, you probably want to deny that because we didn't send it. It wasn't us. We don't send requests. We take them because we're the shit and you're the toilet. Other than that, anything else, guys?
Yeah, make sure you like, share, and subscribe on YouTube.
There you go.
Leave some-
Like,
leave some-
follow,
leave
share,
some
subscribe.
Leave some comments. Leave some comments. Positive, negative. It doesn't matter. I'm getting hit all the time on my stuff on negative comments, but you know what? We answer it. I'm having you on there. Whatever you want, just like, share, and subscribe. Help us get to where we want to be, and we will
Yeah.
share your story
Run.
also. We will share your story also.
Hey, Justin's shooting for Garage Oil. I'm shooting for Buffalo Trace Distilleries. We'll see who wins. It probably won't be me. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you,
Y'all
guys.
have a good night. We will see
Great
you
night.
next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Thanks again for joining us on Whiskey and Wisdom After Dark.
Y'all have a
you
wonderful
guys have
week.
a great week.
You too, buddy.